I can give 2 cents on Passaquan since you asked, Adam.
Sure.
Again, I think I've mentioned it before. Early in the song, once it gets going and it gets into it, I mentioned, I was like, is Derek driving the drummers or the drummers driving Derek? It's such a an energy between the three of them is what kind of gets me at that point. I'm focused on the three of them. And I think last time we talked, you had a couple of drummers on, and they were hooting and hollering, the drummers. I kind of over Derek, but it was, again, that just catches me on Passaquan every time. That back and forth energy, I think, for the drums and Derek.
It's become my number one like getting ready song, like between like shower, then getting dressed, and getting together, go out. And by the time like Passaquan starts and ends, I'm pretty much almost all ready to get out the door. And I think it's a real thing that like to like get your mind in the right place and kind of like have that musical download input in your brain and your body and your soul, like before you leave the house, before you do the next.
Well, it's an interesting point because I was like, a common phrase out of my mouth when I'm in the car with my husband is put on TTB all the time, put on TTB. And so we'd be in the car and he'd say, I'm not going to listen to the band I'm going to see before I go see them. And it's interesting because there seems to be two camps on that. Do you like to pregame by listening to the band that you're going to see? Everybody's laughing because, right?
Not
or
the day of.
Not. And now for me, I do, because I want to know as many songs as I can know and be familiar so that when they come on, I'm like, oh, I can jump around. Plus, I can't get enough. It's TTB. But some people are different.
I mean, especially if you're going for the second night, it's always nice to hear, relive the first night as much as you can. Kind of get back in that space and get revved up.
That I might do.
Richard, driving last night, I was listening to your upload on my way downtown last night.
You know what I kind of like to do also, and I think I have done this, I don't think I'm just thinking this right now, is listening to the studio recordings. Like kind of not listening to live versions, but only listening to like studio recordings of TTB. So you're kind of, the live is like, oh, look, you kind of hear I don't know, just to kind of listen to a different version and to make the live version feel a little bit fresher, the live music be fresher. Or I'll just kind of listen to more Allman Brothers stuff and not listen to TTB as much, like leading up. I'll listen to more of the other TTB influences to get me in the mood. I am kind of a little bit in the camp. I don't like to listen to the band.
It's funny, isn't it funny how there's it's a thing, I guess. With it's fun, it's interesting, and
I cross over in both areas. Like I'm listening to TTB in the recordings like so much throughout my days. Usually.
Same, yeah, exactly. Me the same.
And so sometimes it's like before the show, and I'm like, all right. Like I listened to Billy Strings Friday, like before I was listening to one of his shows from a couple weeks ago. I hadn't heard yet. So like that was my pregame, but then Saturday I was listening to, I guess it was yours, Richard. It was Friday night show. I listened to Saturday of the Friday TTB on Saturday before Saturday. Yeah.
I had the problem all last summer. No matter what show I was going to, I was listening to I Am the Moon on repeat. And I'd be going to these shows that I'd been so excited to go see. And normally I will listen to the artist on my way there. And I was listening to I Am the Moon nonstop, no matter who I was going to see the whole summer. So you mentioned, Adam, the difference between the studio recordings and their live performances. And like, I am dying for a new like live album release. The band has so much energy. They're like Take Me As I Am, even like right now compared to last year, 2 years, like everything has so much of a different feel to it. Like it feels more alive right now. And if they don't release something from this tour, like I'm going to lose my mind. I need it on vinyl. I need it on the wall. Every song that they're doing, even songs that I've heard 20 times before, are sounding different and are sounding new.
Yep.
Yeah, you want the real deal, the official soundboard recordings, shot video, artwork. She wants all the real official things. I'm just like, give me Richard's recordings. That's fine. I can listen to those for the next 10 years.
I'm listening to Richard's recording, but
right. I want more. You want more.
Yeah.
+1 to that, Kelly.